Hi, it's Mark the Family Woodworker. I had an idea to create another unique decorative garden windmill, but instead of designing it with normally shaped fan blades, I thought about making them in the shape of fish. I mean, why not?
So he goes, why not? I go, why not? Pretty soon the whole group goes, why not?
This was going to be another one of those projects that I would start without really knowing whether or not it was going to work in the end. But I collected some materials for the project, like this oily dense hardwood called ipe. I had some brass rods, a couple of sheets of thin copper plate, some rollerblade bearings, and I found a few printed graphics of bluegills and minnows that I thought I could use in the design too. What the heck, let's give this thing a try. You can cut thin copper plate with a fine-tooth bandsaw, provided you stick the plate to some backing wood and then add a little light oil to keep the copper from sticking to the blade. I wanted to replicate the look of the spiny dorsal fin by cutting wedges into the copper, but then I pictured a complete horror show if somebody ever touched the top of the fish while it was spinning. I decided to keep the top fin smooth. I varied the placement of the fish on the hub a little. 3 of them drilled in at 90 degrees to the hub, and the other 3 drilled in at a 5-degree offset. Like my other 2 flat blade windmills, the optimal angle to the wind is 35.5 degrees. So I made this wedge where double-faced tape would hold the fish down while drilling in those angled holes on the drill press. I thought it was time for a little metal surgery. I wound up using a $10 garden planter hook for my post, but I needed to cut off the hook end. It still left me with a 5-foot height for the windmill topper. As for the fish, I cut down some 14-inch brass rods in half, leaving me with 7-inch lengths to mount to the hub. I also cut in a 35-degree taper on those rods so that they would rest flush against the holes I drilled. I also wanted the look of green patina on my copper fins, so I made a secret sauce to help tarnish the copper quicker. The recipe can be found on those free drawings. I sprayed the solution on the copper and then dried it with a heat gun, and the transition was pretty fast and amazing.
This portion of the video is sponsored by Bad Idea Craft Paint, featuring Regrettable Green.
I stink at craft painting, especially when trying to make things like minnows look realistic. And when mounting the minnows vertically on the hub, I thought the whole design looked, well, just plain stupid. Instead, I pulled out the brass rods, spray painted the minnow shapes in a silver, and then decided to mount them directly on the center hub between the bluegills. I think I like this look much better. I want to backtrack a little to talk about how my initial basement testing of this windmill actually went. I was confident in this basic design because I had so much luck with my other two windmills, especially using that same 35.5 degree flat blade angle. And when using a high volume dust blower at 8 feet away, the fish windmill worked just as I'd hoped. So I wrapped up the project with some teak oil sealer on the fish. I mounted my steel post outside and then waited for some wind. For the next 2 days, we had sustained winds between 7 and 10 miles an hour, and while my other two windmills danced in the breeze really nicely, the fish windmill just didn't. You can see that it wants to turn, but it clearly needs something like storm level winds to work well. So, can I consider this thing a success? I really do love it as a garden sculpture. I think it's whimsical, it looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure my granddaughter's going to love it too. But I love it a bit less as a windmill. Despite all of that, I still wanted to offer some free graphics and drawings for this little arts and crafts project, and you can find them out on my website, thefamilywoodworker.com, under the free stuff tab. Or you can also use the direct link in the video description. If you happen to give this project a try and come up with some improvements on the design, please comment back and share that with our audience. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, thanks for watching. Little channels like mine aren't sponsored, we don't use AI, we don't ask for donations or memberships either. Your thumbs up, subscription, and a comment really help us in the new world of YouTube. Take care.